Evening and welcome to the Town of Farmington Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. We please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'd like to introduce the zoning board of Appeals members. To my left is Tom Lay. To my right is Kelly Cochran, and I'm Tom York.
Jody Penix is excused from tonight's meeting.
Yep, Jody has been excused for tonight's meeting. We have two emergency exits, one that you all came into and one to the right. You have Augie, code enforcer.
Hayden.
Hayden, I haven't met you, so I haven't met Augie.
Sorry about that.
Hayden, code officer. Ron Brown, director of development. Paul Ruthven, the clerk of the board, and
Carol Marvel.
it's the first time I've met. Nice to meet you. Okay. This meeting will be conducted according to the rules of procedure of the Zoning Board of Appeals adopted on January 22nd, 2024. And I have a motion and then a second for the previous meeting minutes.
Motion to accept.
Motion by Kelly,
Second.
by Tom, all in favor? Aye. Okay. There was no legal notice published for tonight's agenda, ZB 0301-24, Fowler Family Trust, as this public hearing was continued to tonight's meeting from the June 24th, 2024 meeting. There also is no new application for tonight's meeting that would have otherwise required publishing, posting, and giving public notice thereof. So we're going to move on to the continued public hearing. That would be for ZB 0301-24, Fowler Family Trust, 6176 Hunters Drive, Farmington, New York, 14425. The applicant is requesting an area variance to the provisions contained within Chapter 165, Schedule 1, Attachment 1 of the Farmington Town Code. The applicant wishes to create a third lot that would have a minimum lot width of 22 feet. Town Code requires a minimum lot width of 125 feet. Proposed lot would be part of a proposed re-subdivision of lot number R5-A with a tax ID number 29.13-1-5.100 and lot number R5-B with a tax ID number of 29.13-1-5.200 of the Pheasant Crossing subdivision. These three proposed lots will be located along the west side of Pheasant Crossing and within the Pheasant Crossing subdivision tract. All lots are zoned RS-25 residential suburban. Okay, so the meeting is continued. So does anyone like to speak? Just state your name and address.
James Fowler, 6176 Huntington Drive. I think the only thing that's changed since our last meeting is it was brought up that we weren't sure if the federal standards for soils were accurate. It suggested that we take some soil samples to determine if the standards were correct. We have done so. Letter has been issued to the town indicating that the soil is as indicated by the federal charts. I think that's the only thing that's really changed since our last meeting.
Okay. That's all? Okay.
It's basically now the town is going through seeker. They have to review seeker. I guess we'll hear about that at the next planning board meeting. Other than that, I'm not aware of anything else.
I just will embellish a little bit about what Jim said. The planning board did receive a revised soils report from Jim Baker, Foundation Design. incorporated, which basically substantiated the findings of soil borings out there on the site in proximity to where the proposed structure would be for lot C, if I'm correct.
Right.
And based on that findings, Mr. Baker concluded that the site could be developed with appropriate measures to protect the slopes and the soil. So with that, the planning board continued the public hearing, directed town staff to prepare parts 2 and 3 of the environmental assessment and a draft resolution for making a determination of significance, which will be acted on at the August 7th meeting. Once that's acted on, then the planning board has been asked to provide you a recommendation on the variance. And that would be something that you would receive at your August meeting. So the resolution you have tonight is hopefully the last continuation of the area variance application. And it would be up to whatever the planning board determines when they make their finding under secret. So the resolution that you have is, you also received a copy of that planning board resolution, which just basically spells out everything I just stated.
Mhm.
Okay, but for the record, I stated it again. And it's now your obligation to continue this public hearing to your August meeting, whatever date that is, 26th.
Sixth.
That's it.
Any public comments? Is anyone online?
Nope.
Okay. No one from here. Board members, any questions or comments? Nope. Okay, so can I get a motion to accept the resolution as presented by the town? I'll make a motion to accept the resolution. Okay, and a second,
I'll second it.
Tom? Roll call vote.
Kelly? Aye.
Aye.
Tom?
Aye. Whichever one, whichever one.
Aye. Okay. Accept. Let's continue. That, other board matters?
Good night, Jim.
The public just walked out, so there's no open forum. Director of Development update.
Yeah, work continues on the sidewalks. We're still waiting for the design of the pedestrian bicycle bridge, but today they brought over the big hammer and going to pound in the piles, yeah. It'll be noisy over in that neighborhood for a few days. But once we get the design and it's reviewed by our engineers and the state engineers, then they can order the bridge to be built. It's not going to make the October 31st deadline, but the contractor has had a firm back out of their proposal to provide them the design. And so we'll get the design, get the bridge when it comes, lift it into place and be done with it. In the meantime, there'll be a gap there on the sidewalks on County Road 41, but I noticed the other night coming back to Canandaigua, there's quite a few people walking on the crushed stone and the sidewalk, so they're anxious for it to get done. They also started over here on 96 by Maddie's Power Sports, that missing link. They've started up Matencia. They've started up on the east side of Matencia as well, getting that all ready. We're just waiting now for Hines and for the scheduling of concrete deliveries, which is sometimes challenging, as everybody knows. So we're moving along and we're getting there. Will be a good project once it's done. And it'll just set us up for doing stage 2 of the second phase and be done with it. The other thing that I'm working on is the Parks and Recreation Master Plan. The committee had their first meeting the first Monday in August. It was August 1st. And they now will meet July 1st. They'll meet next on August 6th or 7th, 5th, I guess it is. 5th. We'll continue. Those meetings are all on YouTube. So if you're tired of watching reruns on normal channels, go to YouTube and we'll wave at you. Finally, we're drafting of legislation for the Whitestone Incentive Zoning Project over there on 332 and 96. And before Kelly asked me, no, we have not received the drawings for Farmington. So I don't know what is going on.
Because we never will. Ever.
Oh, that's got to be very frustrating for you guys, because I know you're just chomping at the bits to.
No, Ron, we're good in our building. We have a lot of bathrooms there. That new build is gonna bring us to 1 bath.
Oh no,
The big staff there.
yeah. So that's basically it from where we're at right now. Any questions from anybody?
No, not now. Code officer.
Just to kind of follow up on your sidewalks, I've had a lot of residents, asking about the sidewalks and what's going on, and seem to be pretty happy and excited to be able to, walk around the town on the sidewalks. Other than that, no, we're getting busy with the building permits, being summer, but that's pretty much it for right now.
That's the incentive zoning project over there is talking about. Oh, one other thing came up the other night. You may have heard there's a proposal for a solar farm over on Commercial Drive, and it's got a few of the neighbors nervous and upset.
Just a few.
They had a full house.
Well, it really was only about maybe 1/10 of the number of people. They must have all went on vacation at the same time.
I was gonna say, it didn't seem like that many people showed up at the last one.
No,
Riveting reading.
but as you may have seen, that they did reach an agreement between the 2 adjacent property owners for a land swap. And that shifts the road away from the property line and leaves a lot of natural area there, which seemed to please a lot of the people that were in attendance. There was always a couple that want things that you'd never anticipated, like a doctor to say that solar panels don't cause cancer, things of that nature. I don't think we can find one of those. Anyhow, that's it.
Okay, so we do have a meeting August 26th. And I guess, do we have a motion for Jim?
Motion to adjourn.
Kelly? Second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Meeting is adjourned.
Second all night tonight.